there really were two different defense strategies that could have been used here, right? There was the self-defense, which is what they ended up using, or the he snapped defense, which is also very common. But the he snapped version, which is what I thought they were framing, like as it was going along, that's what it kind of made it sound like. They were using the terminology of he's at the end of his rope. That came up numerous times on both sides, right? End of his rope. That indicates that someone has lost control. And when you do a he snapped defense, it usually sort of goes hand in hand with this temporary insanity idea that there was this moment where you were absolutely out of yourself. You couldn't control your mind, you couldn't control your emotions, you couldn't control your actions, and therefore there was this moment of temporary insanity, right? Like that is a very common defense. And it's hard to kind of fight against because you can't really disprove what was happening emotionally and mentally with the person at that very moment. And the way it all went so fast at the end, right? The attack on the hiking trail almost looks that way, right? It looks like there was something that she could have said and he could have snapped and attacked her. He would have had a better chance of defending himself if he'd done that. The problem is that he's a raging narcissist. And in order to do that defense, you have to essentially admit that there was a moment, for however long it lasted, there was this short moment of time where you absolutely lost your shit, that you were out of control, that your emotions took over. You couldn't control your mind, your thoughts, your body. You couldn't control yourself. In that moment, you were wildly unpredictable. And for a raging narcissist like Gerhardt Konig, he would never, ever admit that there was a very brief moment that he may have been experiencing some level of insanity. He never, ever would have admitted that. So he goes with self-defense. The problem is that he had motive. You see, when it's self-defense, it's usually just a sporadic attack. Like in that very moment, you're fighting for your life. It's not months worth of, I knew she was behaving badly. I was trying to catch her in lies. I was recording her. I was forcing her into therapy and book listening and sexual schedules. And I was doing all of these things to make her atone for what a terrible person she really is. And then I planned this getaway, and then I made all the arrangements, and I brought syringes and vials of medicine with me. And I did all of these things. But, oh, I'm sorry, she attacked me. It just instantly out of nowhere, for no reason at all. She attacked me. I don't know when this is going to the jury. I believe that tomorrow is probably going to be closing statements, and then my guess is it'll go to the jury by Tuesday afternoon, maybe. If there's one person in the room that says, I'd feel more comfortable if we went back through all of the evidence just because this guy could go to prison for the rest of his life and we should just make damn sure, that's fine. So I predict it will be just less than a few hours that this jury will return a verdict of guilty, but that is my prediction. You just never know. Juries are wildly unpredictable, and you just don't know how it's going to go. But there's no court today. Court is back in session tomorrow.